Hello. So, Jordan Brooks, do you expect him to play Sunday?
Well, we'll see how today goes. I think I'll just cut to the chase. All There'll be some form of participation from all players today, um, with exception to Minka Fitzpatrick, who will be out for the game. And so he's worked tirelessly hard. Jordan has to make himself available. He'll be doing some stuff today, and we'll see how that how it responds. And we're hopeful.
I'm curious, was there a particular moment, maybe in practice over the last few weeks or so, that kind of confirmed to you that, like, okay, I want Quinn to be the guy going forward through the rest of the year?
No, I think like I said before, I wasn't tackling this decision until my job is to respond to the information presented to me. I think it's more of the accumulation of the body of work, and you learn so much about people when it's day in day out work grind. And he got an opportunity to prepare and be the backup earlier in the year, and then I evaluated that as well as I evaluated his emergency designation, from that game on. So it's you never stop assessing people, but as far as when I knew after I watched the film, and made an assessment off that.
Kind of piggyback off that, what have you seen from Quinn this week in practice since he got the promotion to the number one job?
I think it was close to the reason. I saw the reason why we made the move that way, because I saw him. It wasn't perfect, but the competitive response and the conviction at the position after anything would go awry. That's what I really like about him, and that's what he showed off. I think yesterday in particular, there were a lot of plays that he was able to make both on third down and first and second down. And I think it's more about I saw the team really respond and derive energy from what he was doing at the quarterback position.
Have you seen anything from the rest of the team in particular this week? It's obviously, a decision that, affects everybody.
Yeah, I think I've seen directly people respond to his involvement and to bring energy based upon their excitement to play with him, or play in a different phase. I've seen I think the team is confident in his ability, and playing football with him as a teammate.
Mike, when you look at this rookie class, I think Quinn is going to be the sixth of the eight draftees to start. What do you think about the development of this class?
I'm very, uh, I'm very happy with, the really their long vision, their relentless approach, and I'm happy that we got the right type of football guys that, as rookies, can survive the inherent longevity of the season. People talk about a rookie wall. It's because you're going from your college season to workouts to your new team, and it seems endless. And so you better have some rookies that love football if they're gonna participate in November and December, to and help your team. So I've seen the players individually and just the class as a whole follow through with our expectation of a group of guys that really love football for the right reasons.
And what about the three defensive linemen? What, has Jordan Phillips been the best? Has he been the most consistent? Where is Kenneth Grant's development? And what about Zeke Biggers coming on late here?
When it's hard not to think of the D-line room when I think of the rookie class, just because, there's such a high proportion of our players in the D-line room are rookies. And, we were really counting on those guys to come through for us. And, I think, I would say probably Jordan had the quickest development, and with Zeke, finally getting on at the, what was it, 4 or 5 games ago, and but really all three of them have, particularly the pass rush influence, pushing the pocket that KG's been able to really string together some impactful snaps each game, the last handful of games. I think they've all done what you absolutely are vulnerable to and need these guys to do, which is continue to develop without blinking over success or failure. So they're all three very important to what we do. One of the reasons we've been able to put together some better defensive football, in the second half of the season, is directly correlated to their ability to rely on technique fundamentals and stop the run in light boxes and impact the game in a lot of ways, particularly by the box score of our backers. They're able to get free to the ball when there's a lot of disruption on the line of scrimmage. We're building a wall in the front, and they're able to find the ball and make the tackles.
Is this the week we see Jason Sanders, you think, or no?
So he's doing a great job. As what you don't want to do is do wrong by him, and do it a little too early. And we're very fortunate to have a kicker in Riley that's allowing for him to come back at the appropriate time. So I don't think it'll be this week, but I would say look for next week after, something like that.
Andrew Meyer.
So Andrew Meyer, as you know, you have to execute some roster moves to get him available. He hasn't had any setbacks and he's doing well. I would just look more for those roster moves to absorb his roster spot probably next week.
I wanted to ask you about
Or the following.
a post-game incident, or episode, I don't know, incident. Tua spotted talking to Jalen Ramsey on TV cameras. Fans are kind of up in arms about this. J.J. Watt made a comment about it. Tua was seen laughing, and people are saying that shows that he's not professional, that he might not care about losing. That's what people are saying. What are your thoughts about that? Does that bother you? I know players, exchange jerseys post game. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I'd be kind of like flying blind, assessing something I haven't seen. I was, very motivated after the game to watch the game tape, and that's where I spent my time. So I haven't really seen any of it. So it would be tough for me to talk about my feelings towards it, but generally I try to keep my focus where the team and the fan base and everybody I think really needs me to be, and that's play and how to improve it, or schematically how to change things. So I kept it about football, and I don't really have much more to add on that one.
Mike, you obviously have great trust in Bev, and he does a very good job with quarterbacks. But have you popped your head more into meetings this week just because you are breaking in a rookie guy? Has your involvement with the quarterback changed at all this week?
No, I think there's extra conversations and there's a little extra film, but I do have the fortune of having a stable of coaches who I very much trust and do a great job. But naturally, just to bridge the gap of maybe some unforeseen or unthought of things, crossing your T's and dotting your I's, I've certainly adjusted a little bit my FaceTime with the quarterbacks.
Like second part of the season, you guys have started a trend of taking the ball when you win the coin toss. How has that worked out for you? What motivated that change?
Well, I think I don't know the scorecard, but there's been a couple times that we've won the game, and last week we lost it. So I think but realistically, there's a multitude of factors that end up going to how do you want to start the game, and who do you want to be the first punch, and who do you want to be the second punch. So philosophically, hadn't done that, and I haven't done it every game. It's been a case by case, but it usually has to do with the collective matchups and how we're trying to create momentum at the beginning of the game. And it's worked out for us in terms of correlation and causation. We've done it in wins, and we did it last week in a loss. So case by case.
Are you a believer?
question.
Are you a believer in the middle eight? The last four of the second quarter, the first four of the third quarter, and does the taking the ball kind of affect that?
No, I think philosophically, all things equal, there's that's something that I've kind of leaned into, and it's very effective if you execute within it. The key factor in that is that you can we call it lap 'em, but being able to end the second half or in the first half with possession or points, and then being able to get points out the half is a very effective tool. One that we ultimately fell victim towards against the Steelers, that they were able to do it. So the key is the execution piece of it, and it is beneficial when you're able to get 2 drives of points before the opposing team has a chance to counterpunch.